Restaurant owners, this is for you.
Hi, everybody. Jamie and Mark is here.
In the car.
In the car.
Traveling from West Virginia, from Morgantown, West Virginia, back to New York, to the Hudson Valley.
Excellent.
But this is one way. We travel a lot, especially now that Justin's back in baseball season. We'll be traveling a lot to see Justin play baseball. We were in Morgantown, West Virginia. We were in Tampa 2 weeks ago, Port Charlotte, Venice, Florida. We'll be in Charleston. But we get out a lot. And we own a restaurant, of course. So the one thing that we've been harping on lately with our clients, our coaching clients, our students, is, what is it, Jamie? Staff training.
Well, yeah, sorry, because we're talking about so many different things that which one? But yeah, staff training is really big in our on top of our list right now. You know why? Because we're noticing, because we're out more, we're at restaurants more, that staff training is just not where it needs to be at restaurants, and that is those people, that staff is in front of your guests. They are your, what's the word I'm looking for? They are your figurehead. They are the people that are talking to your guests the most. And they can turn a guest into a raving fan, or they can turn your guests into never coming back.
Never coming back. So I posted a reel the other day on my Instagram about staff training.
Yes.
And there were a couple of comments, like people were like, why would you need to train staff to walk food out of the kitchen? And people were like, really? And then today we heard another restaurant coach consultant saying that waiters and waitresses are going to be a thing of the past.
And that they're going
You're
to
go directly
kiosk.
to the chef. Yeah, kiosk, and you're going directly to the chef with your app on your phone, and you can order, and that the waiter and waitress is always your go-between, and that they're going to be gone soon.
I got to tell you, I don't think I'm going to go to many restaurants that do that.
No.
That to me is impersonal, and I understand why they're doing it, because there's a shortage of staff. I understand, but training your staff is the key to getting people to come back.
And spending more money while they're there. Right. So we were in Venice, and they lost out on sales because of wine, right? Because they just weren't quick enough, and it was a whole disaster. And it wasn't a bad meal, but we would have spent more if they were more attentive to us.
Right.
Especially at the one Mexican place. In fact, they ended up giving us credit because we actually complained. And the manager goes, well, come back tomorrow, and it's on me. And we did. And they lost money.
Yeah.
But now here in Morgantown, when we go out, when we go places, we like to say, hey, let's stop in here, get a bite here, sit at the bar. Let's stop in here, get a bite here. Then do a little dine around. And that's how we like to enjoy a new restaurant scene. A lot of people are like that as well. They like to dine around. However, in Morgantown, this happens a lot of places. We look at the wine list, we don't recognize the wines. We're wine drinkers.
We want to drink a nice glass of wine.
But whether you're a wine drinker or not, and you're going to drink wine, you will drink 2 glasses of something you like and 1 glass of something you're not enjoying, or barely that. Right. Like the margaritas 2 weeks ago. I drank a quarter of the margarita. If I liked the margarita, I would have drank 2 margaritas. But he never asked me, how's your margarita? Is it made okay? Was it what you were expecting? And this is staff training that you have to teach your staff your team members, to give a crap,
right? To
care, to care about what's happening, and you don't need to teach them ingredients, and that's of course all part of team training, but most people just don't teach them how to care. Now, last night we go to a place. We said we don't recognize wines. Can we taste the rosé? Thinking if we like what's by the glass, we're gonna get a whole bottle of it. She comes back with a shot glass, and that much, literally, there was a half a tablespoon of wine in this little shot glass.
A shot glass?
For the both of us to taste. I'm looking at it, okay. And there wasn't enough to even taste the wine, and you couldn't taste anything.
Not only did she bring you that little taste, but she also said, well, we don't normally do tastes.
She goes, it's not our policy to do tastes. It throws off the fluid ounces.
Right.
Is what she said. I'm like, well, I said, I honestly didn't taste enough of that wine to make a decision. So now, I don't know any of your wines. What am I going to order? So I was like, you know what? We're not going to have our bill should be 2 to 3 times what it's going to be right now. And she goes, well, what can I do? And I said, what you can do is give me a taste of wine, and I'll pick a wine that I enjoy, and we'll buy a bottle. And she goes, it's not our policy. I said, I know it's not your policy, but I said, you need to tell management that's a stupid policy.
Right.
Charge an extra $1 for every glass of wine and give samples to anybody who wants a sample. It doesn't pay to, because in the restaurant industry, we've experienced, if people don't like what's in them, I will comp a glass of wine and get it off the table if they say, I don't really like this wine. Because they know if there's a glass of wine in front of them, they're going to drink 2 instead of 1.
Right.
Double the sales.
Right.
And customer satisfaction.
So we just had a very negative feeling after she said that to us. And we didn't really want to stay.
We didn't want to stay.
And
she turned it around. She goes, what can I do for you? And I said, honestly, you can let me taste the wine. So then she brings over a big wine glass, and she pours us a nice amount for us to taste, which is only an ounce or so, 2 ounces, right? But it's enough for us to smell it and taste it. Like, okay. I said, that tastes much different in this glass than what you gave us in a shot glass. We'll take a bottle. Then I got a flight of beer. And then you got a bourbon.
Yep.
And then we ordered an entree. And we stayed there for an extended amount of time.
Right.
And our bill was literally 4 times the amount than it would have been.
Right. Right.
Right? So then we say to her, so where else do you recommend next? So I get ready to go, where else do you recommend? Here we go. Oh, there's a White Grace one on the corner. They got, we sit down, we look at the list, great beers. I've had most of the beers on the list. And I look at the wines, and I just had a bottle of rosé. So we're like, can we taste the rosé? And she goes, it's our policy. We don't taste wine here. And I said, you've got to be kidding me. We're going through this again. We're going through this again right now.
But she wasn't even really friendly about
She
it.
wasn't friendly.
She wasn't friendly. And
I said, well, that's a bad policy. Because
I'm sorry, that's just our policy.
Because I said, because I don't like the glass of wine.
But you could taste any beer.
She goes, if what'd she say? She goes, I said, if we don't like the wine, I'm not going to enjoy it. So you're going to waste a glass of wine and comp a glass of wine versus giving me a taste. Doesn't make sense. I just want a little taste. No, that's our policy. I said, well, just let management know that that's not a great policy. And we left.
And we got up and left.
We got up and left. So, and then we went to another place where they were actually giving samples. The bartender was like, oh, taste this. It tastes this. Right. We're like, finally, somebody gets it.
Right.
And we drank more than we should have because they were sampling us on stuff because we ordered stuff. Like, oh, that's good, that's great. But the one thing that team training has to be is people that care. You have to teach people to care. Not everybody's taught to care because they don't understand the hospitality industry. A lot of people are just part-timers. They're going to college. They'll never wait tables again in their lives. Maybe they're not a people person, but they're doing this anyway to make money.
But owners, you are there to make money too, and the way you're going to make money is by training your staff to make you more money.
Right. We spent $80 at the third bar we went to, right?
Yeah.
$80. All we wanted to do was taste it. We would have ordered a $40 bottle of wine, and who knows what else we would have had.
Yeah.
But they lost money because they have such a policy on, penny wise. What is it? Penny wise, dollar foolish, something like that.
Yeah.
So because they don't want to give you a sample and a taste. Amazing, just amazing and mind blowing that. And this is what's taught from the management side. So now she sees that, hey, we're not staying. Like, and just there's no care. The one before her said, what can I do? I said, well, what you can do, you can give me a taste of a glass of wine. And she did. She ended up doing it.
She did, yes.
So I said to her, thank you for saving the night. Because in the reality, people want to be heard.
Right.
When a guest complains about something, they want to be heard. And they want the person to care about it. Which means you need to empower your staff to make decisions, to do something, to make things on the fly. I think some of the most successful restaurants, service-wise, we've been into, if there's something wrong with something, and if the staff can take care of it as quick as they can snap their fingers without going to management. Oh, we were in Montreal one time. The Caesar salad came with bacon on it or something. We ordered without bacon. I don't know why they put bacon on a Caesar salad, but it came out with bacon. Remember that, Jamie?
Yes.
And we said, oh, the bacon's... He goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I forgot or whatever. He goes, let me get you another salad. I'm going to buy you around a dessert. Without going to management, without missing a heartbeat, they empowered the staff to make those decisions. And then for us, now we leave a good review online because the server took care of us. They took care of us. Instead of just saying, oh my gosh, let me go, I don't know what happened. People don't want to know, like, oh, the chef made a mistake, or the chef didn't read the ticket, or, I don't know what happened in the kitchen. They make mistakes all the time. People don't want to hear that. They want a quick resolution. A lot of times when people go out to eat, they drive, like we drove. We drove yesterday to the game. So frustrating yesterday at the game. We get there, we drive, we're late, we're at the last parking spot in the parking lot. We walk up, you have your purse.
Got my pocketbook.
We pay for the tickets, and then we turn around to get in, and they say your purse isn't allowed.
They said you have to have a clear bags only. And I said, you can look inside my bag.
Yeah.
Just look inside my bag.
And they go, that's our policy. And I said, well, you probably should post that policy somewhere. It's posted.
We didn't see it.
We didn't see it posted anywhere. So now we have to go back to the last parking spot because we're late to the game to drop off your purse. And other people did it too, because we saw two other girls that when we parked, we're going in their car and dropping something off to walk back into the game. And we looked for signs, and there wasn't a sign anywhere there. Clear bags, only clear bags allowed in there. Not one sign anywhere. Probably the sign was when you're at that point when it's too late. But imagine standing in line, waiting to get into the game, and finding that out once you get up to the front.
Right.
So again, they could care less, and I know it's their job to do that, but they should go to their manager and say, hey, guys, there's a problem here. This keeps happening over and over, and it makes people upset. Can we put some signs out in the parking lot so people know not to do this? And maybe it's a universal school rule. I don't know, but we don't know it. We just drove 6 hours. We were in an hour plus traffic jam, bad car accident. We're hungry. Our blood sugar's off. And now you're telling us
we just want to watch our son play baseball.
No, son's on the mound pitching. Now you're telling me I got to walk to the last spot again? And I'm like, this sucks. This totally sucks. So you don't know who you're dealing with when people walk into a restaurant, is my point of this.
Yes.
They could have driven 6 hours and they're super, super hungry, and they have to wait for a staff that's not properly trained, can't make decisions, doesn't get to them in enough time. And so training is far more than walking a plate to a table.
You're absolutely right. Good job.
So, to the person who says that waiters and waitresses will be a thing in the past, I really feel bad, because that's not the restaurant that I want to go to.
Not at all.
It's fine, to order fast food, kiosk or whatever, you know what you're getting. But if you want a dining experience, or if you want to be able to, interact, and we like to sit at the bar because we're people persons, right?
Yeah.
So we like to sit and talk and, and find out.
Yeah. All right.
Anything else?
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. So train your staff.
Train your staff.
Train your staff.
Train your team. Train your team constantly. If you want, we're launching a training platform for staff, which is going to be launching here within a month. But go to 50mistakes.com and more tips like this on running restaurants.
Have a great day.